Right, well, welcome back, everyone. I hope that you are well. I hope you're happy. I hope that you are enjoying as I am. I'm just looking around now, the springing and the sense that summer's on the way. We've had some beautiful days, and that has made all of us that I've encountered just enjoy life, appreciate life that little bit more. But so I hope you are okay. Thank you if you're as boarders, if you've been able to come back here. I think we now have around 440 boarders in the school, which is the most we've had this academic year. Those of you who've not been able to return yet, well, I hope you're fine, and thank you for engaging with your online learning. Day students, really looking forward to welcoming you back into the school on Thursday. So, lots to look forward to, and that really is my theme of the term, is we should be looking forward to this, enjoying it, embracing the challenges, and there are challenges, but we should be doing this with happiness. It's going to be a good term. In terms of COVID here in the UK, those of you who are here will know that the picture is a lot more positive. Numbers in the UK are dropping very quickly. Numbers of vaccinations are going up very quickly, and in the Shropshire area there are far fewer cases than there have been since September last year. So that's really great news. Here at Concord, thank you for those of you who are going through your testing. We will continue that regime of testing and all of our normal measures to keep everyone safe. So do remember, please, to wear face coverings inside public areas and in classrooms, and also to keep hand hygiene as good as possible, and then to keep social distancing, of course, as well. Outside of buildings, could I just say to you, it is okay if you're outside and you're able to maintain social distancing. It's okay to remove face coverings if you wish to. Of course, if you don't and you'd not be comfortable, you're more than welcome to keep your face coverings on at all times. It's up to you, and I think we just need to respect those who make the choice to remove them and those who choose to keep them on. So let's all again be safe, please, this term with our as we deal with the virus. But as I say, it's becoming a more positive picture here in the UK. Moving on, I'd like to congratulate members of 6-2 on their university offers. It's been like in so many ways this year has been extraordinary, and there's no doubt that this year for 6-2 has been one of the most competitive, if not the most competitive, university entry year in living memory. And that's a result of many things, partly because universities offered so many places last year, and then there are fewer places perhaps available this year. And we've become aware, and I'm grateful to staff for their work on this, that universities like UCL, which Concord sends a lot of students to, have had incredible increases in the numbers of applications for places. So for instance, and I'm just looking at my notes to get these figures right, but for instance, there have been 25 applications for each place at UCL for computer science, 18 per place for economics, and 27 per place for management. Those are going to be all good applicants. So then what I would say is those of you who so far, the 27 of you who've got offers from Imperial, the 49 of you who've got offers from UCL, the 58 of you who've got offers from King's College London, 39 from Warwick, 17 from Durham, and so on and so on. Well done. Well done. It's a real achievement in this year of all years. And I know some of you are still waiting. The universities have been given longer to make their decisions, for them to decide what the climate is this year. So unfortunately, some of you are going to have to continue to wait. And again, I've just got some figures. 36 of you are still waiting for decisions from the London School of Economics. 45 of you are still waiting for decisions from UCL. I'm aware of many, many others, but that's just to give you, each of you, a picture. If you feel you're alone and you know everyone else is okay, that's not the case. You know, everyone is experiencing different forms of uncertainty, and everyone is experiencing this changed and more competitive environment. So if you have any worries, talk to your tutors, talk to your teachers, talk to your university coordinators, or talk to the careers department or to Dr. Pugh. But share those concerns, please. And do also, just as I started, well done on those of you who've achieved those offers. Well, we move on now to our first piece of music, and it is, I'm very grateful to Sue and Ping for their contribution, for doing this actually, and it's a song called Rewrite the Stars.
You know I want you. It's not a secret I try to hide. You know you want me, so don't keep saying our hands are tied. You claim it's not in the cards, and fate is pulling you miles away and out of reach from me. But you're here in my heart, so who can stop me if I decide that you're my destiny? What if we rewrite the stars? Say you were made to be mine. Nothing could keep us apart, and you'll be the one I was meant to find. It's up to you, and it's up to me. No one can say what we get to be. So what if we rewrite the stars? Maybe the world could be ours tonight. You think it's easy? You think I don't wanna run to you, but there are mountains, and there are doors that we can't walk through. I know you're wondering why, because we're able to be just you and me within these walls. But when we go outside, you're gonna wake up and see that it was hopeless after all. No one can rewrite the stars. How can you say you'll be mine? Everything keeps us apart, and I'm not the one you were meant to find. It's not up to you, it's not up to me, when everyone tells us what we can be. And how can we rewrite the stars? Say that the world can be ours tonight. All I want is to fly with you. All I want is to fall with you. So just give me all of you. It feels impossible. Is it impossible? Say that it's possible. How do we rewrite the stars? Say you were made to be mine. Nothing can keep us apart, 'cause you are the one I was meant to find. It's up to you, and it's up to me. No one can say what we get to be. So why don't we rewrite the stars, changing the world to be ours. You know I want you. It's not a secret I tried to hide, but I can't have you. We're bound to break and my hands are tied.
Well, this is Concord. You would not expect me to start a term without talking about academic rigour. And the summer term is always the term when actually the majority of students in the school are facing normally public examinations. And yes, this year is different. We have assessments rather than public examinations in the same way. but the principle is the same. We should all be embracing the opportunity to show you, and for each of you to show yourselves at your very best. So look at it that way. Try not to think of this in terms of, oh, this is stressful, this is worrying. Try to think, this is what it's about. This is why I came to Concord, to show myself at my best. And yes, of course, this year has meant there have been some compromises, but you are still special. You can still do this. So please, please, please embrace the opportunities ahead in these assessments and look after each other. You know, in your different, I'm thinking now particularly of 6-2, 6-1, Form 5, look after each other, support your teachers as well, because they're in a different situation, of course, as well. And I always think that together we are stronger. Together we're stronger. So look after each other, look after your teachers, and see this as an opportunity to show just how good you are. And if you're not quite there yet, I was chatting to a student yesterday in the main hall, and he was saying to me, I've not done enough, I don't think yet, Mr. Hawkins. I think that's a human response, but of course we've got a few weeks ahead of us now to really push and to really make a difference. So embrace the chance ahead, see these things as opportunities, and show what you can do. You are special. Form 4, Form 3, my message to you is you are building the foundations of your learning once again. And it's, you know, that's what you should be doing, building those habits, building the knowledge, building the skills, so that at the end of term you can show yourselves in your best possible light. And of course then as you move forward into next year, again you are a stronger, more rigorous Concord student. So please, take the chances ahead of you, and don't be surprised if your teachers have high expectations, because that of course is what Concord is all about. I've got a message now to share with you, a lovely video that's been put together by a number of prefects and by some other students, and I'm really grateful to all who are involved, just reflecting on assessments and life past and life ahead.
Here we are in the summer term. All of us are at the different stages in life, but there is only something which we all have in common, and that is the end of year examinations. On campus, Concord has maintained a safe bubble, keeping us away from all the dangers and distractions as always, even against the global pandemic, in order to protect our main aim, education. Why is this term so important? Obviously because of the need to achieve the required grades for Form 5, 6-1, and 6-2. But for Forms 3 and 4, this is the time for you to practice gaining satisfaction from having to push yourself beyond the achievable boundaries. You do not become an adult within a day or even a year, so practice consistency. Since Concord is an international school, everyone brings in their own uniqueness, which is the perfect catalyst for progress and growth. We recognize that it is hard not to burn out, so we ask students at Concord to share what helps them to stay motivated despite setbacks.
For me, a good way to get motivated is to think about the future and try to link it with the present moment. When I imagine myself in 5 years' time, I genuinely feel excited, and I become more motivated to do the things that will help me to become the person I want to be.
I recover from a setback by taking a step back and look at things that I could have done better. Work harder, so that I don't fail the same way I did when the next opportunity comes.
For me personally, when I feel I've lost motivation while studying, I try my best to surround myself by things that I'm not really used to, so things that are outside of my comfort zone, like different types of music, different types of artists, different types of philosophers or authors. and different types of interesting and unique people, because they always have a different perspective on life, and sometimes I will agree with some of that and sometimes I won't, and that'll drive my passion to learn more about the world and create my own kind of perspective.
When I encounter a setback, the first thing I do is allow myself to grieve, and this is just for the sake of my mental stability, and because I believe that as people we should allow ourselves to feel things and have emotions, and that's how we grow. Then I remind myself the reasons why I took on the challenges in the first place. I remind myself of the long-term benefits and goals that I will achieve from beating the challenges.
From setbacks, I normally hug my dog, watch some TV and try to keep going.
My goals and my dreams about the future have always been the biggest motivation for me. So I always remember that even if it's hard now and it's tough, it will be better in the future because hard work always pays off.
From a very young age, I have been taught to always look at the glass as half full, not half empty, and to take setbacks as opportunities for learning. For instance, if I'm not happy with a test score, I keep a positive attitude and have self-confidence that I can do better in the future.
My dreams about going to my dream university, my commitment to myself, and also I don't want my parents and teachers down as they put a lot of effort. Moreover, I believe that great works are performed not by strength but by perseverance, which motivated me to work on my targets and dreams every day.
What keeps you motivated? What keeps you motivated?
驾鱼汤
What keeps you motivated?
上堂瞓覺
What keeps you motivated?
起身食早餐
What keeps you guys motivated?
Wanting to look like Mr. Berlusconi.
How do you guys recover from setbacks?
A pint of milk.
So thank you to those students, much appreciated. And a big thank you to all our senior prefects, house captains, to the head boy and to the head girl, to the monitors, and to all of you who've taken positions of responsibility this year. You've had to be so creative and so actually you've had to find other ways to be kind and to bring people together, and you've done such a grand job and kept our community as whole as we can. So thank you very much indeed for your work. I'm really grateful to Joseph Bowdler for our next piece of music, which is called Beautiful Love by Victor Young. I've encouraged you to work hard. I've encouraged you to be considerate towards each other and look after each other and to look after staff, please. But I'd also like to encourage you to enjoy life. You know, we've all had such a tricky old year, and it has been demanding, it has been more difficult, and I want you to have fun. You know, fun is such an important part of who we are as human beings. And what I loved yesterday, again, with students coming back together, and I'm just looking at the main hall and thinking about it, was laughter. There was so much laughter around the place. And laughter is really, really good for us. And I think, you know, the last part of this presentation to you is on that theme of why laughter is good. There's lots of science behind this, of course. Behavioural scientists have done a lot of work on human laughter. People have looked at laughter in the animal kingdom as well, and there's quite a lot of evidence in more intelligent animals that there are behaviours that could be called laughter. And they seem to have a function which is related to a behaviour that is shown when we are feeling comfortable, when we're happy, when we're trying to show trust as well, that one laughs when one is trusting and feeling safe. And also when one is trying to bond with others. In the animal kingdom particularly, laughter seems to be a way in which those bonds are formed between different, within a group. So, laughter, interestingly, Aristotle, who is quite, obviously a fairly wise person for his name to have lived for so long, believed that human beings only became human, so a baby became human when they first laughed. Now, of course, that's evidence that Aristotle wasn't right about everything, because, of course, that's just nonsense. But it is interesting that he might take that view. And the lovely thing with laughter is that it is probably contagious. And I've got a little video to show you, really ridiculous video, which I think comes from a Japanese game show. And I'll let the video tell the story of, I think what's going on is some people are trying not to laugh.
夏ですけども、私なんかも私のこの話ですけど、例のね、7月26日、39回目の結婚記念日ということで、おめでとうございました。おめでとうございます。土曜日はちょっと忙しかったので、日曜日、夕方ね、手プレさんに、お二人で、娘もいる。ますます二人の仲がアゲアゲになる。それだけで。月曜日ということでね、夏ですけども、私なんかも私のこの話ですけど、例のね、7月26日、39回目の結婚記念日ということで、おめでとうございました。おめでとうございます。土曜日はちょっと忙しかったので、日曜日、夕方ね、手プレさんに、お二人で、娘もいる。ますます二人の仲がアゲアゲになる。夕方ね、手プレさんに、お二人で、娘もいる。そうでしたか。ますます二人の仲がアゲアゲになる。
So fairly ridiculous, and I do quite like the bit where that fella sitting next to him is trying desperately not to laugh and then just can't stop himself any longer. I wish I spoke Japanese to know what he was listening to and repeating. Anyway, I'm sure one of you can tell me, please. So laughter is contagious, it brings happiness to those around us. But actually, there are a few more tangible benefits, and I'm just going to read a few things out to you. Apparently, laughter is good for our health. It relaxes our whole body. A good hearty laugh relieves physical stress and tension and leaves muscles relaxed for up to 45 minutes. So it actually does something within our bodies. It boosts the immune system, decreases stress hormones, increases immune cells and infection-fighting antibodies, and improves, therefore, our resistance to disease. It triggers the release of endorphins, and all of you, I'm sure, are aware of the good that endorphins can do, and therefore our sense of overall well-being, and can even apparently temporarily relieve pain. It protects the heart. Laughter improves the function of blood vessels and increases blood flow, which can help protect against heart attacks. Laughter burns calories. This is maybe overstating things a little, but if you can laugh for, say, 10 to 15 minutes a day, it does actually burn about 40 calories, which, all right, it's not like going to the gym or going running, but it's something, I suppose. Laughter lightens anger. Nothing diffuses tension and anger more quickly than shared laughter. Looking at the funny side and sharing that with people can break down barriers, which has got to be a good thing. And also there's some evidence to suggest that laughter may even help us to live longer. A study in Norway found that people with a strong sense of humour outlived those who didn't laugh as much. The difference was particularly the case, apparently, in those who were battling with cancer. So an incredible number of things that perhaps laughter can help us with. So there are other community benefits as well. It does, as I said earlier, strengthen relationships. It apparently attracts others to us as well, because they feel that the person laughing is comfortable with themselves, and therefore they might feel comfortable with that person. Laughter enhances teamwork, and it promotes, of course, group bonding. So loads of really good benefits of laughter. So I kind of just think, enjoy your life, have some fun, and if that brings you laughter as well, even better. Anyway, we're going to finish the assembly with a piece of music that's been put together by our head girl, Hannah Kim. And I'm really grateful to Hannah for this. She's put together, as you'll see, a duet. And she's, through the wonders of digital science, she has put together a duet with herself. And it's a song called Breathe. She's singing in Korean. You've got English and Korean subtitles, as well as a short introduction that Hannah has written. And I think there's a message, it's a beautiful piece, beautifully performed, and there's also a lovely message for us all as we look forward to the term together.
당신의 가슴 양쪽이 저리게 조금은 아파올 때까지 숨을 더 뱉어봐요. 당신의 안에 남은 게 없다고 느껴질 때까지 숨이 벅찬 올라도 괜찮아요. 아무도 그댈 탓하지 않아. 수